Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Orlando City versus the Columbus Crew in the 2023 MLS Cup Playoffs Eastern Conference Semifinals. The winner will either be going to Cincinnati or hosting Philadelphia in the next round of the MLS Cup Playoffs in the Eastern Conference Final. Whoever wins this has a 50% chance of going on the road and a 50% chance of staying at home next weekend. But it's been chalk in the East. 2 versus 3 to start Saturday. Then we have 1 versus 4 in the East to end the night. We have the Western Conference, which went kind of wild, at least on the top end. 4 versus 8. And then 2 versus 3. So mostly chalk except for one matchup, which, well, you know which one that was. So, but we start with Houston SKC tomorrow. Then we finish off the weekend with Seattle LAFC. We reconvene for Houston SKC. And we finish off with Seattle LAFC. But first off, we got to finish the East today. Then we go into the West. We'll have some fun with it. Orlando beat Columbus 4-3 earlier this year at home. This could be fun then. Have Orlando winning in a close one today. You mean today. Starting 11s are as follows for Orlando. In goal, Pedro Gallese, Rafael Santos, Robin Janssen, Rodrigo Schlegel, Dagerdan Thorhalson, Walter Cartagena, Cesar Araujo, Ivan Angulo, Mauricio Pereira, Facundo Torres, and Duncan Maguire for Orlando City SC. Might as well just wait because they're doing it right now. Might as well. I got on here a bit late. And then for Columbus Crew, in goal, we have Patrick Schulte. The back three are Malti Amundsen, Rudy Camacho, Steven Moreira, Yaw Yaboa, Aiden Morris, Darlington Nagby, who just signed an extension with the Crew, Mo Farsi, Alexandru Matan, Diego Rossi, and Cucho up top for the Columbus Crew. Columbus wearing yellow, Orlando wearing purple. Of course. Yeah, I guess black would be a clash with purple. Duncan Maguire, the player to watch for Orlando, 13 goals in the regular season. Somehow has not had any in the playoffs, but I think that'll change. Because, well, Orlando runs on Duncan. It's got to change. Let's see. Or Duncan Maguire pulls a reverse Daron Asprilla, which, who knows? Cucho's the player to watch for the Crew. 3 goals in the playoffs, tied for most in the league. Is he above Buonga? I think he is. Yes, Buonga and Vancouver. I think he's above Buonga. Hold on. Buonga. I think he scored in Vancouver. Yeah. He's above Buonga. There you go. Well, there you go. And teams are out listening to the anthem, and we go. I think he's tied with Buonga, yeah. And he played 3 games. Buonga's only played 2. Technically, it'll be 4-3. So technically, Buonga's better. Is that really a tie, though? Like, if you play 1 less game and have the same amount of goals, aren't you the better goal scorer? Isn't that what it's... I mean, there's no golden boot for the playoffs, but technically, Buonga's in the lead for that as well. Devin says Orlando City. I picked them to win this tie, and I hope they do. I'll be rooting for y'all, at least today. I have y'all going to the finals, so at least make me right there. We'll see what happens for the MLS Cup final. I'll be wearing a suit anyway, so it looks like it'll look like I'm, what's the word? Impartial, but who knows? I'll probably be rooting for my pick, but that's about it, if I'm being honest. How we doing, Roy? Yep. I have Orlando winning in a close one tonight. Henry says Crew 2-0. Here we go, says Raury. Hello. Habs losing 2-0 to the Kings. Not surprising. I think you're better than the Kings, but okay. It is what it is. Hockey's weird. We got Hans. How we doing, Hans? Welcome back. What's with the gridiron football? What's with the gridiron football? Yeah, I talked about Mississippi State, Ole Miss on Thanksgiving. We know. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. It was not fun. What do I know, though? The first of 2 Eastern Conference semifinals tonight. The first of 4 conference semifinals in the MLS. We are 4, 5, 6, 7 games away from crowning a champion and having the off season. And then, of course, we have CONCACAF games interspersed through there. We have a couple of draws, and we have the Club World Cup if you're talking about my channel. But if we're talking about the MLS, 7 games, 7 matches. But then we also have Alajuelense playing Esteli midweek, and then the week after that. Same with Cavalier and Robin Hood and Mocha and Harbor View. And then, of course, the Club World Cup, which Leon will be in, which they'll probably suck because who are we kidding? Have you seen what they've been the past couple of months? Ugh. 2-1 Crew, says Hans. I would say the Kings are more ahead of us. We're still building. The Habs are winning the games they're supposed to be winning, which I want. We're fun to watch. As I told you, you're like the 2016-17 Leafs. There's no expectations except take a forward step. You just don't know how big that step will be. But if it's a big step, it's enjoyable to watch. Just like the 2016-17 Leafs. It was fun. Even the playoffs was. That was house money. It was fun. And it's just been downhill from there, except for, well, parts of time. Early part of Sheldon Keefe's tenure, that was pretty fun. Winning the series against the Lightning was fun. Ever since, the regular season in 17-18 was fun, but then we lost to the Bruins. It was like, okay, sure. But then 2019 was like, it plateaued, and then it just started going down, and then there's been like pumps of time where it's like, yeah, you know what, this is better. No, it's not. It's still being a Leafs fan. And I don't know exactly where we are right now. That's the thing. It's like we're good, but we've had bad moments. But we're somehow in crisis, but we're not because we did good in Sweden. Then, Lord, I don't know. But then again, they need to stop taking all those too many men penalties, I swear. I know Dangle talked about it. I don't. I agree. How do you take that too many men penalties? I don't know. I don't know. It makes no sense. I don't know. It makes no sense. How about you count to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting yourself. You start with 1, counting at yourself. Point your thumb at you. Count the other 4. If you're going up to 6, you're in trouble. How we doing, Winvo? It's your day. It's your day. Good luck. And hey, if you count and you count a 6th player on the ice or a 7th, you're in trouble. Don't touch the puck. Because technically you're 6 or 7, because if you're coming on, whatever. I don't blame you for being nervous. I know how you feel. Oh, I know how you feel. Underway now. Let me pop this forward a bit. There we go. Come on, baby. There we go. That's about as close as I'm going to get. Kickoff, boys. Orlando kicks off down at Exploria Stadium, and we're off. Orlando, Columbus. Opium Head says Inter Miami is the best club in the world. At least Toronto did things when they were good to be like, you know what? I could say that and not sound like a complete crank. Just because you have Messi does not mean you're the best club in the world. You're a crank. You're like me in 2020 and 2021 until I realized we sucked. You are a crank. You are a crank. For Apple. Okay, I was like, what happened here? I was like, click the unmute button. You are a crank. You are a crank. I mean, I may be a crank, but at least I may be a crank, but at least I can admit it. Toronto at least proved it somehow back when they were really good that they could have been the best club in the world. I may still have sounded like a crank, but at least I had an argument. And then, well, around 2020 and 2021, that facade was broke. Especially 2021, that facade was broken for me. Let me check. Hold on. I have commentary. Not that it matters because I watch it on mute anyway. Because of me, of course. 133 playing forward. Miami could be the best in CONCACAF, but not in the world. They're not even the best in CONCACAF yet. Maybe. Is there a version without commentary? I don't know. It's English, Spanish. Watch live, English, Spanish. Watch from beginning, English, Spanish. 2 minutes in, John Freeman's the center ref tonight, which I've never heard his name before, so we must be fine. You know, this must be okay. John Freeman, the referee tonight. I've never heard his name before. I don't think he's made some bad moments. I don't heard him. I got the stadium audio. They don't do that on Apple. Personally. Well, actually, you know what? I just got an idea. Think about it. If there was stadium audio itself, technically I could, I don't know. Technically you can't copyright stadium audio. I could probably get away with at least having the stadium audio in the background if they did that. I don't know. We'll see if they were to do that. You can't copyright stadium audio. And there's not really any music that really pops over the speakers to where it probably would get you, but I don't know. Also, Crystal Palace losing to Luton and Chelsea getting smashed up by Newcastle. I'm not surprised Chelsea lost to Newcastle. I mean, Chelsea's been better recently, but I'm not surprised. And I'm happy for Luton. I'm happy for Luton getting a win. The chants are copyright. MLS copyrighted the chants. I have to look into that, but whatever. I'll just keep it muted anyway. Cross in, corner, Rossi. Caught by Gaiese. I'll just keep it muted anyway. I was just wondering out loud. I was thinking out loud. 4th minute. I was thinking out loud. Schulte almost gets... Oh, Orlando almost had him there. Dead to rights, but no. Schulte gets it out. I think Eloy Room would have really screwed that up, though. That's just probably why they got rid of him. How we doing, Robert? Which is probably why they got rid of him. No, what I mean is the supporters group has the rights. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but you can't copyright a chant legally because it's based off a song. So it's technically a parody. You can't copyright parodies. I guarantee you they probably never got any permission from the artist to... Most of them are parodies to parody the song to be a chant. So you can't legally copyright it. So that, or at least legally. But I'm not going to go full Mike Ross. I'm not going to do it. That is a foul. Fifth minute. Weird Al Yankovic parodies. Well, I don't know if he... Okay, now you got me wondering. I don't have time to look it up right now, but you got me wondering. Liverpool drew City also. That is very interesting. I agree. I think Liverpool should have won that game, to be completely honest. Only a sage could call it on mute mode, my guy. Good job. So it takes you a year to say that. All right, hey, over a year. But yeah, I do fancy myself a sage. Yes, I do fancy myself a sage. 6th minute. Yes. We got a throw in here for free kick for Orlando. That'll be Santos Turns out Jansen. Santos just rolls it forward. Trying to get early on that overlap, I guess. Might as well. He's been pretty good going forward from what I've seen. He's been pretty good forward. I know Edith's a parody of Michael Jackson. We review the Copa America draw when it's done. I'll be live for the Copa America draw, and I'll review it, of course. And yes, I'll be wearing the Canada jersey. We still have a chance to qualify through the repechaje, so I can wear the Canada jersey, even though we're in pot 4. Too bad our stage is too late to add more annual emotes. I know. And Angulo's down right now. Benfica game just finished. It's almost midnight in Europe. Well, actually, in England, it's only almost 11 o'clock. How do I know this? WWE pay-per-views, of course. I've known this for a decade. Their time zone. Because of WWE pay-per-views and how many English and European or British fans they have. It's like 1 a.m. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, boy. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Do you know that U17 World Cup, Argentina and France can meet in the final like they did in 2022? Yeah, I saw. I'm like, nobody's picking up on this. I saw the post on YouTube, FIFA's community page, in my YouTube homepage. And I was like, nobody's picking up on this. I'm like, I read the comments. I'm like, nobody's picking up on it. And I'm like, okay. Weird. Robin Jansen. Oh, no, that's a foul, dude. They aren't going to call that? Huh. Wow. Angulo, that gets cleared. Yeah, no, I think that should have been called. 8th minute. Should have been called. Looks like it's been pretty even. It's been pretty even so far. I'm upset with the North American refs screwing Morocco with their clear penalty earlier today. I'll take your word for it. I didn't see the match. Santos. Let me see the scores, by the way. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the season. Well, for RSR and CONCACAF sickos like me. Guy got pushed in the box and no penalty. Ooh. North American ref, you say? Was it anybody we know? Was it any a certain pro referee that isn't named Ishmael Elfath? Would that be correct? North American ref, you say? Was it El Salvadoran ref? Not O'Shane Nation. Referee from El Salvador. Shit. Mali beat Morocco. France beat Uzbeks, which I'm not surprised. Foul, free kick for Columbus. Free kick here for Cucho. Augusto. Nah, I've never seen him referee a match. Augusto, I don't think he's refereed our big matches. I got season pass. I hope to see Auckland City do well in Club World Cup. Yeah, because you know Leon ain't. I hope Orlando City had the same meal Chelsea did today. You're a Columbus fan? 11th minute. Crossed in, caught by Gallese. That free kick was horrible. I got him from Chile. I support Columbus. Saludos. Let's go, Orlando, says Robert. That's my favorite video game streamer doing. I don't even have a headset, let alone stream video games. I only streamed FIFA like 3 times on Twitch, and you weren't even around back then. And that's because I did not have a headset. I need to get actually a good, somewhat good headset if I want to stream video games, especially in the off season. But I barely play video games anyway. So, you know, there you go. There you go. I need to get a good headset. Was Leagues Cup rigged for MLS? I thought we were done with that. No. Skill issue. Score more goals. By the way, keep crying. This is CONCACAF. Or I should say, stop crying. This is CONCACAF. Skill issue. Score more goals. Skill issue. Score more goals. Skill issue. Score more goals. How we doing, Well, I will watch. Risklander knows you for things you don't get involved in. Like, at least if you called me a wrestler, I'd be like, yeah, at least I have the mindset of a wrestler. I mean, shit. You may not be right, but I still have the bug inside me, and I got the mindset of a carny. You're close. Video game streamer. What? You're close. 12th minute. Singer, maybe. I try. Rabbits and video game streamer. I don't even have a pet, let alone. Isaiah, how we doing? Shot over the bar. How we doing, Robert? Like, I don't even have. I used to, but Torres over the ball. Used to have a pet, but ever since they passed, we haven't got a new one. About a year, yeah. CONCACAF being CONCACAF in the Mexico game. CONCACAF. Mexico had 38 shots, 11 on target, didn't deserve the win. And that is what it is. 14th minute. Today's a day for celebrations. Michigan beat Ohio State. You love to see it. Fuck Ohio State. I'm not a Michigan fan either, but I hate Ohio State. And it's actually kind of funny considering, Michigan didn't even have Harbaugh. Michigan didn't even have Harbaugh. They had an interim coach, shot saved by Gaiese, an interim coach thanks to the Connor Stallion situation, and Michigan still won. I hate Ohio State. Oh, wait. That's a bad time. Oh, wait, that's a bad time to say that, right? Oh, wait, right. Yeah, because it's in Columbus. If we have Columbus fans here, they're going to come after me. I don't give a shit. Wah. I don't give a shit. Orlando got a bit of luck. I agree. Mexico rigged. I mean, that second retake on the Huerta penalty was bullshit. I agree. And they shouldn't have played as long as they did. So, no, Honduras should have still went through. Ivan Angulo, dude, is rapid AF. Yeah, dude's fast. I don't know if he's faster than Usain Bolt, but he's close. He's fast. He's fast. 15th minute. Oh, my God. Well, they both have third-place teams. I mean, let me see what happens to Canada before I answer your question. Give me 3 years. Give me 3 years to answer that question because I don't want to answer it right now. Right now, I'd say 2014 Euros, but I still think they should expand the Euros to 32 teams. But Italy's never had a problem qualifying for the Euros. Even this year, they never had a problem with it. So I don't think they need to expand. But just in case, it would be nice. I got pumpkin pie, red velvet, white chocolate chip, maple cinnamon roll, caramel praline, cranberry crumble cake cookies from Crumble. Damn, that all sounds good. Even the praline ones. Ooh, not on. Those all sound awesome. Well, except pumpkin pie. My bad. I don't like pumpkin pie. But red velvet, white chocolate chip, maple cinnamon roll, caramel praline, cranberry crumble. That all sounds good. I don't like pumpkin pie, though. But the rest of that sounds good. Foul on Rossi in the 16th minute. You still think you're winning Copa America? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but at least, yeah, it's at home. Ha ha ha, Ohio State. Had them since Thanksgiving. That's 2 days. I'll laugh. They're fraudulent. Ohio State. I agree. Ryan Day going to be the next Texas A&M head coach before he gets fired from Ohio State. Trust me. And he'll fraud it up with A&M. He'll fraud it up with A&M as well. 5-star recruits and NIL money out the ass, and he's still going to fraud it up. Ah! And Mississippi State's still going to own A&M. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Robert's still with a crumbles way too addicting. I mean, is it better than insomnia cookies? I mean, I haven't had insomnia either, but I really want insomnia cookies. But is it better, though? 17th minute. We win in Copa, brother. Morocco isn't there, Orlando. He's also a U.S. fan. They could win the Gold Cup, though, if they get invited. That actually sounds pretty good. Auburn 2020. Let's go. I want War Eagle. Come on, Auburn. Beat up Alabama. Beat Bama. We don't want them in the playoff. We don't want them in the playoff. And if they win, they might just be in the playoff. Hell, even if they win the SEC championship. Oh, shit. Georgia's played a paper soft schedule. I just realized even if – I wonder what happens if Alabama loses to Auburn. I wonder what happens. Because let's just say Alabama loses to Auburn but still wins the SEC championship. What happens then? What happens then? Are you smoking crack? Do you see what's happening to Brazil? No. He's the reason. He is the personified reason why Brazil's fallen off a cliff. They do not play jogo bonito. Diniz is a football terrorist. And I don't even like Brazil. He's a football terrorist. And I thought Tite was bad. You're smoking crack? Ancelotti, I don't know if he's the answer for Brazil, but he's definitely better than Diniz. He's at least going to qualify him to the World Cup. There you go. He's a football terrorist. Here comes Angulo. He's on. Angulo. Moreira right. Able to get in Moreira with the tackle to make Angulo kick it straight to Schulte. They made sure there. 45-35, Mississippi State woman headed to the fourth quarter in basketball. Let's go. Not saying he's what Brazil needs, but the rest of the world needs to play jogo bonito again. He doesn't play jogo bonito, though. If he did, they wouldn't be choking like this. The only thing he's proving is, yes, the world does need jogo bonito from Brazil again if they want to be good. He ain't the guy to deliver it, though. Say, but what about club? He's also coaching a club. I'm like, okay. I could still see how he's a football terrorist there. It's a little bit better, but he's been with that club for a while. Maybe he cares more about it. 20th minute, 0-0, 0-0. 20th minute. Like, Brazil is like one of the most, right now, I've never seen Brazil in crisis like they are. No joke. Who cares about the club? I mean, if I was in that position and I was coaching a team like, say, Toronto, but I was also coaching Canada, I would care more about the club. But unlike Denise, I would be a football terrorist. We'd still, even Canada would still win. And whenever that comes up, I'd still, Canada would matter more when it comes up, of course. But most of the time, it'd be like, okay, so I'm just saying, if I was in that position, away goals or MLS best of 3, I liked the best of 3. I liked the best of 3. I like it better than away goals. Away goals really pissed me off. I'm not a fan of away goals. I wasn't before, and I certainly ain't now. I think we could do away with away goals, just like UEFA did. Please, do away with it. Not that it matters, but does Ancelotti play any form of jogo bonito? No, but Carlo Ancelotti, I think you got to start from the first step, especially after this terrorism. You got to get him more back-centered and then build on it. I don't think Ancelotti's going to be there longer than the World Cup. I think you got to at least build them back to center, and then you go. I agree. I had Orlando winning. I say it's pretty half and half. I've seen moments from Columbus. I've seen moments from Orlando. I think both teams have been very good. Get more money, go to the gym, get more confidence, get better style, get more notoriety / status. And yeah. But if you need that for them to like you like that, they don't really like you for you. So I don't know why you want that advice. There has to be a certain portion of somebody liking you for you. If you don't have that, it's not worth it. That's just my opinion, though. Exactly. What a save guy essay. Ron's on 5 tons of crack. What do you mean? What do you mean? Tap-ins or penalty kicks? Well, I say tap-ins actually are harder to get. Call me crazy, but I think they're harder to get. You got to time it just right. Penalties, it's skewed towards the player. It's skewed towards the kicker. So to me personally, tap-ins. I think that's better. I heard, but they have to vote it in. Like on the 14th of December, I think. Lamau, red pill yourself. Crazy now how we go to the vintage one-offs and no longer best of 3. I know. Feels weird right now, mostly because MLS can't schedule for shit. That's true. That is true. Away for FIFA. Ooh. So you're basically saying Euros or World Cup. The World Cup has better vibes. I like the World Cup more. Like the vibes of the World Cup are just unmatched. They're just unmatched. Arizona 52-13, 4 minutes in the third. It's been a long road for the Sun Devils. Arizona's good this year. I can't believe State beat them. I can't believe Mississippi State beat Arizona. FIFA, obviously. Penalties are uncontested, easier shots, just like how free throws are the easiest shots in basketball. Exactly. There we go. I didn't even watch the Euros. I'm a CONCACAF sicko and I still watch the Euros. I mean, Italy was in there. But still, even when it wasn't Italy, I still watched the Euros back in 2021. I just didn't cover them. Next year I will, though. At least the Italy games. And maybe a couple of Croatia games because the Croatians love me. So I think we have to keep that going. But, And if it's Italy-Croatia, we're going to have a freaking holy war in the chat. If there's Italy versus Croatia, we're going to have a holy war in the chat. So we still got Copa America as well. Corner for Columbus. I didn't watch Copa America either. You live in the Americas. What are you talking? Maybe I'm just a football sicko, let alone a CONCACAF sicko. Maybe I'm just a football sicko with a big eye on CONCACAF. Paco says, let's go Orlando. Here's a corner. Rossi with a corner. Header. Oh! Gallese catches it. It'll be a goal kick. Everybody trying to copy Pep is why football isn't as fun to watch. Here's the thing. If you have a dominant system of tactics, they're going to copy you. Everybody tried to copy Arrigo Sacchi, which I guess they still are, but building it up. Everybody tries to copy Pep. Everybody tries to copy Cruyff. Everybody tries to copy Klopp. Mourinho. Nobody, that's kind of crazy. Nobody tried to copy Mourinho. But Arrigo Sacchi, everybody tried to copy Arrigo Sacchi back in the day. So this isn't new. This isn't new by any stretch of the imagination. You have a dominant set of tactics. People are going to try to start copying you. And the first people to copy you are going to be the people who benefit more than the others. But then there's a critical mass where you have to change everything when you're the person who was the trailblazer. Then you have to change everything. And that's where the money is made. Or that's where your bread is made, I have to say. So to say that, say I was a coach and there was swashbuckling football, Rudy Camacho gets a yellow card. Let's say people in MLS start picking it up, or people around the world start picking it up. Then when it hits the critical mass, you, the trailblazer, has to think of something else. Or if you don't, somebody who's in that tree will figure out something to make it even better. Like how the air raid's gotten better over the years. Look at Mike Leach's air raid. And Mike Leach and Hal Mummy's air raid. They started with it, and they still, the funny thing is Leach still ran the proper air raid. He ran what he came up with to his whole life, through his whole career, until he died. But there are people like Cliff Kingsbury, Dana Hogorson, all that, who modified it and made it better and brought it into the more recent times. And now the NFL, most systems are ran by the air raid, unless you're Kevin Barbet, in which you act like it's 1993 and you power run it and you don't serve your quarterback's needs. I'm still pissed about that. Lincoln Riley, too. Yes, he was in the Leach tree. Lincoln Riley. Even though I don't like Lincoln Riley that much. But that's just because Lincoln Riley's a bitch. That's just because Lincoln Riley's a bitch. I'm not going a lot. I could see that Canada beat Mexico in the quarterfinals, beat Brazil in the semifinals, and beat Argentina in the final. I would, dude, know what? If that happened, I would lose. You don't want to know. I don't want to make any bets, because if that does happen, I'm either going to look like a madman or a crazy person. I'm either going to look like a madman or a fool. I'm not making any bets. Whether that's streaking in the street, I'm not making any bets. No. I agree. Well, did Duke's old coach have any good football strategies that were different? There's a reason why they sucked until Elko took over. No. Now, speaking of, Elko could be Mississippi State's new head coach. He's on the list. He's on the hot board. Sorry, but we have to do it. Well, I don't know if we have to do it, but he's still on the hot board. And even though it looks like it's Jeff Lebby, it's not over till it's over, until Selman makes that announcement. So Elko's still on the hot board. '30th minute. What would you do if Canada won Copa America? I'm not telling you shit. I don't know what I'd do. But if I say something, I'm going to have to do it. I'm not telling you shit. Exactly, but he's good. That's the problem, and that's why we want him. Takes Duke's coach so they can suck again. 31st minute, 0-0. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm not betting either. I bet they're going to do it, which in a schadenfreude way, I probably should bet just so they do it, but in some schadenfreude way, I should bet so they do it because my luck, when I bet on them not to do it, they're going to do it. But no, against my better judgment or against my degenerate judgment, no, I'm not betting. Even if it might help Canada in the end. I'm not betting against Canada, so it helps them. And I'm not betting for them because I know they're going to tank if I bet for them. So I lose either way. You know? I bet for them, they're going to tank. If I bet against them, they're going to win. I can't win for losing. And I don't bet. They're down the middle, and I'm like, now we're at the position of maybe I should have bet, but then, exactly. So it's not worth it. 32nd minute, it's not worth it. Canada can pull a France. What do you mean pull a France? What do you mean pull a France? 32nd minute. Who will flop in the Euros and Copa America? Brazil's going to flop in the Euros. Or not Euros, I mean Copa America. Brazil's going to flop in the Copa America because they'll still have – it's going to be too early for Ancelotti. I feel like they're going to flop. France from 2018. What? Use Kyle Larin as like the playoff of him to let Buchanan, David, and Davies score goals? And Eustachio, is that what you're saying? And Larin doesn't even touch the ball? And Eustachio plays the Pogba role. You know what? Now you're getting me to talk about it. Don't do this to me. Hold on. So you're telling me Canada can pull France from 2018, which means Larin's the hold-up guy who doesn't even touch the ball, doesn't score any goals. You have David and Buchanan scoring goals for fun, and Eustachio plays the Pogba role. Oh, yeah, Germany's going to flop in the Euros. I agree. I know for sure Mexico's not winning Copa America, but they were never the favorites. So how could they flop? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that would it make your body way too sticky, but yeah, take like 3 baths. We could handle it. Forget the ice bucket challenge. It's the Coke can challenge. Or it's the Coke keg challenge. Boom. 34th minute, huh? Yeah. 34th minute. Have Argentina winning the Copa America. I think every sane person in this world does. I'm not that much of a crank. I think every sane person in this world has Argentina winning Copa America. I'm not a crank. I'm not that much of a crank. So, no, I have Argentina winning. And until I see otherwise, I have them winning. Tom Brady left the league. Tom Brady left the league and Aaron Rodgers is hurt. There's your answer. Oh, and Joe Burrow's hurt too. Like, the only good quarterback, like really proven good quarterback left is Patrick Mahomes, and then Trevor Lawrence is trying to pull his weight. But, yeah, Tom Brady's gone. That would probably be a real big reason for it. Tommy is gone, baby. Tommy is gone. So, that's my word. I know it doesn't matter that much. 35th minute, but let me have this. Mexico cannot beat Honduras, so they would not beat Colombia or Uruguay. Exactly. I think Uruguay is actually the dark horse. I think Uruguay is actually the dark horse of the Copa America. Hell, they could be the runners-up. I like what Uruguay is doing right now. Call me crazy, but big save by Yepez, and that'll be cleared. I like what they're doing right now. I really do. So, Uruguay, they're going to be the dark horses of the Copa America. Trust me. I see it. I don't know if you see the vision, but I see the vision. Goff. Goff is Mr. Mid. Like, he's sometimes good, but sometimes he's not. Did you watch on Thanksgiving? I did. 36th minute. Uruguay going to surprise everyone. Well, you know, the reason why I'm wearing it is because the guy who owned Orlando in the USL got to move that franchise technically to Louisville, and then there was new owners before Orlando came into MLS. So that's why they have the same colors. That's why I'm wearing it. Because there's a connection there. See? I don't have an Orlando jersey, but I got a purple jersey. See? See what I'm doing here? Gustavo, Marcelo Bielsa beat the Lamborghini. Subonse. Okay, as long as, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm wearing it, though. Breeze, Manning, Brady era, 2007, 2016 had more good QBs than our current era does regardless. Exactly, I agree. 37th minute. Copa America is going to be better than the Euros. Let's see if Italy wins. If Italy wins the Euros, we might have a discussion. If they don't, you're right. Even if Canada does shit. I think Copa America will be more keno. I agree. I get it, yeah. 37th minute. Oh, by the way, their crest is a very similar size, a similar shape now, too. Now, think about it. No, the Commanders are worse. Yes. Costa Rica has no chance. They either rebuild on the fly and lose because they do that, or they keep their current players and lose because they keep their current players. They're screwed either way. So for me personally, Honduras is going to lose 38th minute. Now the rules NFL created to protect those guys look really bad now because defenses adjusted and offenses suck. If a dude frees a nipple, you know, that's not a good thing. Nobody asked for dudes to free the nipple. So, 38th minute. Kenny Pickett, scrappy Steelers are winning games like Joe Burrow in the 21-22 playoffs. That is true. But I do think the Jaguars can make a run in the AFC. Just like those Bengals did. Just wait. Trust me. When they say hashtag free the nipple, they do not talk about dudes freeing the nipple. What are you talking about? Yeah. So. I free the toe. I free the toe. I free the toes. You know what, though? I say Trevor's really good, but he could be elite, depending on what this season's like. 40th minute, 0-0, settle. Oh. Pitbull Arajo. Yeah, he is a pitbull. He is a pitbull, I agree. Which MLS club do you see Thomas Muller going to? I could see him going to Portland. I don't know why, but I see Thomas Muller fitting Portland so damn well. And it's maybe because he's played in Providence Park before. But I just see him fitting well in Portland. Like him with Evander, a new striker, Blanco. I just see him fitting in Portland so well. I mean, they do have Phil Neville, but I see him fitting well in Portland. Call me crazy, but Thomas Muller is a definite Portland signing. Like he just has Portland written all over him. 41st minute, just in my opinion. 41st minute. I know it won't be. I'm just saying in my eyes, he has Portland written all over him. So 41st minute, probably be. I could see Red Bulls too, though. But they already got Forsberg, so 41st minute. I don't think Muller would go to NYCFC. He ain't going to Toronto. Shot past the post. Rossi goes wide. You know, Mueller, I could see him playing for Portland. I could see him playing for Red Bull. I could see him St. Louis for some reason. I could see Mueller being perfect for St. Louis, but then again, if he's perfect for Red Bull, he'd be perfect for St. Louis. I know they got Leuven, but having more depth in that midfield would probably be great. I mean, Leuven would still be more ahead of Mueller, but if you have Mueller playing into Leuven and Klaus and Giacchini, you know, 42nd minute, you know, it's a good thought process though, because if you think about it, Isiah, no. I don't know where the hell we went down this road. 42nd minute. Playing forwards Orlando. It's been half and half. I think Columbus has actually had some better chances recently. What would you do if Canada got Tapa Whitmore as their new head coach? Would you be happy about it? I'd be mad. We got beat by Jamaica because of Heimer Hall Grimson being a genius and screwed by the referees. And then we go and get their last permanent manager who was the worst. And I don't even know if we'll have Paul Hall to make us look better, like as the assistant, but he wasn't even that good when he was the main manager. So no, I'd be angry. Cross in. Tapa Whitmore is the reason Jamaica was held back for a good couple of years, even when they got Bailey and Bobby Reed. He held them back. Hall Grimson is starting to push him forward. If we got Tapa Whitmore, I would rip, well, whatever I have in my hair. Whatever amount of hair I have, I will rip out. I couldn't do it. No. That's the death of Canada soccer. You thought John Herdman leaving was the death of us? You thought, I would rather have Mauro Biello. No joke. I would rather have Mauro Biello, corner for Orlando, over Tapa Whitmore. At least Mauro did beat Jamaica in Jamaica. And they should have beat him at home. To me, Tapa. Cross in. Corner for Orlando. In the 44th minute. Schlegel getting to talking to and Morera. 24-20 Alabama choking. You love to see it. Canada needs to go after Gio Savarese. I agree. Corner taken. Header cleared away. You know, personally, I want, besides Alabama losing the Iron Bowl, just because I want them to lose the Iron Bowl, I want to see Matt Be Great lose his mind. For sure. I want to see Matt Be Great lose his mind because they lost the Iron Bowl. You know it's coming. If they lose, Matt Be Great's going to lose his head. You know it. We all know it. I like Matt's content, but I love when he gets pissed. Savarese ball is elite. I love when he gets pissed at Alabama. It's like elite. It's elite. Tapa Whitmore for Canada makes you not want to watch Canada, like Whitmore just held Jamaica back so much that if he was coaching that Jamaican team, I think Canada would have won. Exactly. 20 seconds to go. Neville ball, not so much. Yeah, that sucked. Tata ball, if there's no Messi or Almiron, it sucks. Man's lucky he could play through Messi. Messi saved Tata. Messi saved El Gordo Martino's career. You heard it here first. That's a foul. Free kick for Orlando with a minute of stoppage time. El Gordo Martino's career was saved by Messi and Busquets and Alba and maybe Suarez. We don't know. Joseph made his career and then saved it, to be honest. But mostly Messi. El Gordo Martino. 20 seconds. Cross in. Shot. Block. Jesus, Lord. That was a horrible shot on the bounce. Thought that ball was good, but not great. Need the players to play good on it, though, and not rely on Messi so much. And that's why you missed the playoffs. What about Rene Simons, that coach Jamaica? Would you want him for Canada? I think he's completely retired. But if we got Simons, I would, I wouldn't be against it. I don't know if the game's passed him by, but he is a professor, so you know what? Might as well. That's something Canada would do, is go that cheap, get Rene Simons out of retirement. And he speaks French, too. So, good news, right? Well, no, John Herman didn't speak French. Halftime. It was 0-0. Settle at the half. If we go to extra time, I'll have to jump over to the next stream and do both at the same time. But hopefully we find a goal late. It's pouring down in Orlando, by the way. Just so you know. It's pouring, boys. There's going to be a cutting-edge moment. Well, at least he's on the staff. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We will be back. 0-0, settle at the half. Winner take all. 45 minutes to go at the very least. We could have 75, depending. Just sent you the cookies. Like the link? I think there's a crumble store around here. I don't know. I know there's an Insomnia one in the Loop, but I haven't been to the Loop since they closed the freaking melting pot over there. Then I've just been going to Lamp and Lantern Village instead. Town and Country. Now the photo. Okay. Which, it's actually kind of cool. But sit tight, I'll be back. We are back for the stats at the half. We got 47% possession to 53% possession. 4 shots to 9. 0 shots on goal to 3. 178 accurate passes, 84%. 216, 91%. 7 fouls to 6. 1 corner to 3. 4 shots to 9. 0 shots on goal to 3. 211 passes to 237, 84% pass accuracy to 91. We have 7 throws to 11, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellows to 2, 0 reds to 0. You know, Columbus has been slightly the better team. They have came into Orlando's house, they've shut them down, and they've had some chances. They've shut down Orlando. That Angulo chance was the best Orlando had, and it wasn't really even a shot. It was he got dispossessed by 2 dudes. Pretty much. But again, for me, I think Columbus has had slightly the better half. I think as this half is gone, Orlando has been second best in most cases, in most moments during this match. And I like what I'm seeing from Columbus. If they keep playing like this, they should at least get it to extra time, unless they have a bad 20 seconds and puts them behind the 8 ball. For me, I like what I'm seeing though from Columbus. They're playing very well. Orlando needs to have a better half, is what I gotta say. So, another 45 minutes. What are your predictions tomorrow for the Giants and Patriots? Giants beat the Pats. And honestly, at this point, I hope the Patriots lose. Because you know what? We need to tank. Screw it. We need to tank. I hope the Paisan, Tommy DeVito, makes us look stupid. Andiamo, Paisan. Andiamo. I really don't want. The Patriots win, they ruin the tank. You know, at this point, if we're going to suck, let's tank. I'd rather us beat the Jets. If we had to beat somebody through the rest of the season, I hope we sweep the Jets. That's it. As long as we do that, that's a silver lining in the tank. And if it ruins the tank, we'll screw it. We beat the Jets. We still beat them. But if we had to, the Patriots too, the Tank Bowl. Go and tank it, baby. Tank it. I want him to tank. I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Second half about to start here. We got Cincinnati versus Philadelphia later tonight at 7 o'clock. Central, Tankriots. But I will say, second half is going to start next. I will say it would be crazy if the Eastern Conference Final ended up being a hell is real. I kind of feel like we're going to I kind of feel like we're on the line to seeing a hell is real derby in the conference final. I just hope it's as good as the time that there was a 401 derby in the conference final. How do you think Charlotte will do under Bruce Arena if they hire Bruce Arena? They will be worst in the league. They're going to be fighting with Colorado for the spoon. Oh, and we also know that a couple of guys on New England's going to move to Charlotte in the offseason. And I guess Raury Joseph will be in Charlotte as well. Yeah, I don't know why it would be any better. Charlotte's going to be worse in the league. They're going to be bottom of the league. Like, Charlotte don't have no Carles Heel or Gustavo Bo. But he's going to think a guy like Emma Boateng changed things, or Bobby Wood, or Matt Polster, or some like that, right? He's going to take the shit out of New England. New England might be better if he gets a job somewhere. Because some of the players that are shit, he's going to take, thinking they made a difference when they really didn't. And the ones who actually made a difference were Gustavo Bo and Carles Heel. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. I've kind of noticed that. But, you know. But the second half should start very soon. Second half to start. That's a cool jersey. That is a cool jersey. Nice. Second half about to start. That is a cool jersey. I know. I like that. We got the second half to start here. The first game of the 4, the conference semis. See if Luton is out of the relegation. They are out of the relegation zone. Nice. Big win. So they can start picking up some points. I hope. See where Wrexham is in the league. 6-0 against Morecambe. Wrexham, top 2, baby. Let's go. Stockport, Wrexham, Mansfield, Automatic, Crewe, Barrow, Notts, and Accrington as the playoff. Okay. What do you think of PSG getting absolutely ran over by Monaco? That would be hilarious. It's hilarious. I love seeing PSG choke. It feels good. It feels good. It feels really good. Had Columbus beating Cincy in the Eastern Conference and playing Houston. Just might be Cincy and LAFC. My manager gave me a $20 Starbucks gift card for work and Thanksgiving when it was hectic as hell. That's a good boss. That's a good manager. Big up to them. Good manager. Good manager. Good manager, because not many managers would do that. Nice manager. I would rather a manager care about the people that works for him than not. So is that the bare minimum? Probably, but not many people even do the bare minimum nowadays. So I'll applaud that. Second half to start. 45 minutes away if there is a goal from either side or if it ends with a lead. If not, we go to extra time. And we'll have to flip over to the next stream anyway. So we'll see when we have it starting. 6:55, okay. Playing forward, nice. Second half is underway. We'll probably be watching extra time on the next stream. Clearance, that's a very good clearance. That's a corner for Columbus. Columbus has taken the initiative to start this second half as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. What a play from Jansen. Yep, good little clearance. Good little clearance there. Corner. Columbus should have scored. I agree. Had him dead to rights. Header. Morris brings it down. Back to Farsi. Mo Farsi. Nothing there. 46th minute. We got Camacho taking a long ball there and will not go any further. Playing forward over the top, that'll be picked up by Schulte. Goal kick, 47th minute. Nil-nil, 0-0, 48th minute. That'll be past the post. That'll be a goal kick for Schulte. Dagger down Thorhalson. Did someone bring Santi Mcinnes' hat trick up today? Why did he not play like that versus Honduras? Nobody brought up the hat trick, but I just saw the clip. Yeah, I'm shocked he didn't play like that versus Honduras. You're right. I'm shocked. But it seems like everything's against him when he wears a Mexico shirt. Like he could just feel the vibes. Like at this point, you know, the service to him is not great. Jimmy Lozano doesn't have his back. Like, I think Santi, the reason why he's so good at Feyenoord is that they have his back. He's the man. I know Herc said this before. Herc Gomez said this before. But when Santi plays with Feyenoord, he knows that club has his back, that he is the man up top, for better or for worse. And I think that helps him perform better. And I think and it's the opposite vibes with Mexico. They don't give him good service. Jimmy Lozano doesn't back him. Hell, Jimmy Lozano wants to freaking not even start him most times. He wants to start Henry. He wants to start Raul. He only starts Santi every so often to give him a chance. But if you can't give him a run of games, you're not doing anything. Like Santi, he needs to have the same respect by Mexico that he has with Feyenoord. Feyenoord, he is the promised prince. When it comes to Mexico, he's just a guy. And the fans, there are fans that back him very heavily, but there are fans who don't like him. The FMF doesn't like him. Jimmy doesn't like him. He won him the Gold Cup. He still hasn't got a run of games. I think you earn a run of games from winning a trophy single-handedly. Personally, if I was the manager. If you won a trophy single-handedly, yeah, you should get a run of game. And if you don't do good enough, well, you got about 5 or 6 games. And if it comes at the detriment of the team, it is what it is. It is what it is. But he deserved a run of games, and he didn't get it. Lamborghini a fraud, confirmed. He might just be. Or Mexico might just suck. Either way, 50th minute. They might just suck in the end. Orlando are defending so good. I agree. I say Orlando. I still got them winning. Julian Quinones disappointed me. He at least had 3 chances for goal. Yeah, it doesn't help that he was subbed on both games. I think he's a starter. See, Jimmy Lozano screwed up there too. He screwed up there too. Julian Quinones is a starter. Point blank, period. Bringing him off the bench, I've never seen him play well as a super sub. I never have. When he's played at America, Atlas, or for Mexico, he's never played well as a sub. He's a starter, point blank, period. So Jimmy screwed up there too. Like, oh, we want to get his feet wet. We don't want to throw him into the fire. Dumbass, he's the best player in your country. I don't know, but he's the best player in your country right now. And he just naturalized for you. You didn't see the Mexican manager on the baseball team freaking just dip Randy Orozarena's toes in the water. No, they threw him in the fire. Look how well that worked out for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. Quinones is the best player in your country, dumbass. Start him. He can handle being thrown into the fire. He plays for America. I don't even like America. I don't even like Club America, but I can admit they're the biggest club in Mexico. There's no brighter fire than that in Mexico. If he can handle that, he can handle the national team. Throw him into the fire. He's not a sub. See, Jimmy screwed up there too. He starts with Henry. In the second leg, I don't think they have to go to penalties. Because that would have been genius because they've been playing together for months. They already play together well, Henry and Quinones. You start them together, you're not going to penalties. Say Chavez still gets that free kick. You're still getting a goal somewhere else, if not 2. You're getting 2 goals somewhere else. You're not going to penalties or extra time. See, Jimmy shot them in the foot. I think, actually, the second leg's his fault. They got lucky. The refs kind of, looked the other way. Chavez got that great free kick. That was earned. He got a great free kick, great goal. The Edson goal, they went a bit too long. They looked the other way. The 2 retakes that led to Mexico winning. The penalty shootout. The second retake was bullshit. They ended up winning. There you go. So, honestly, they should have lost that tie. And Jimmy was kind of half the reason that second leg almost blew up in his face. I'm not going to lie. In my opinion. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying he shouldn't have started Henry, but if you're going to start Henry Martin, which he did, you should have started Quinones. I get taking him off the bench or putting Quinones in off the bench in his first game, but both games off the bench? Are you dumb? What's your major malfunction? 2 off the bench. Yeah, no. Makes no sense to me. Makes none. Makes absolutely none. Nice. That Mississippi State woman beat Arkansas Pine Bluff 77-63. Let's go. I know. And Quinones, I don't know how long he would have stayed, but he would have been awesome for y'all. That 2019 Timbers team, I think, made the playoffs, yeah. I think they would have went a bit deeper had they had Quinones. Who knows? It may have been Toronto versus Portland in the final. Who knows? 55th minute. Who knows? But in Mexico, if they lost the tie, it would have been strike 2 for Jimmy Lozano. They lost that tie. They may have fired him on the spot. Yellow card here for Cartagena. Let me tell you, they lose that tie, he might have just been fired on the spot. Like, I wouldn't have put it past the FMF to do that. Had Jimmy Lozano lost that tie against Honduras, fire him on the spot. Especially if they didn't get that Edson goal. Now, if they lost on penalties, they might have been a bit more careful. But had they lost in regular time, they may have fired him on the spot. Which, again, I'm not saying they should have, but I would not be surprised if that happened. I mean, Diego Coca got fired for less meaningful. I mean, yeah, it was an embarrassment to lose to the USA the way they did at Nations League. But after Nations League third place, they started to keep him for the third place. But they automatically fired Diego Coca as soon as that tournament was over. As soon as that window was over. Because he got embarrassed by the USA in a Molero trophy. To get to Copa America, Jimmy Lozano getting knocked out of the Nations League and having to play a one-game repechaje to get to Copa America and almost ruining a big payday, he would have been fired on the spot. Especially if they didn't get the penalties. So he's lucky that they looked the other way and let that game go until Edson scored. I think the refs were in Mexico's pocket. I think there was a call that was made. Call me crazy. But I think they made the call. I mean, that first retake was not off the Menjivar was not off the line. I didn't see it. They made him retake it, and they're like, McGuire, he's offside. Goal kick. So, I don't know. I think there was a call that was made, to be completely honest. I think there was some Rotloss type shit going on. Like, instead of Rotloss making the call, it was the FMF making the call. Just a hunch. Maybe CONCACAF did it themselves because they didn't want Mexico to be playing a one-legged playoff to get to Copa America against Trinidad, even though they should beat Trinidad. 90 minutes, anything can happen. So, I think CONCACAF definitely made the call if Mexico didn't. Besides, they would lose a lot of money from their end of the bargain if Mexico weren't in Copa America either. Mexico would lose a lot of money, but CONCACAF would have lost a lot too. And CONMEBOL. So, maybe CONMEBOL made the call too. What do I know? What are your thoughts on WWE War Games tonight? Randy Orton heel turn on Jey Uso and joining the Judgment Day. No, Randy's not turning heel on Jey. And he's not joining the Judgment Day either. It's more likely that Drew McIntyre solidifies his heel turn, in my opinion. Sami Zayn might be targeted too, not just Jey, by the way. But, I mean, Drew's in there to get revenge against Jey. At least that's the storyline. Why is he not talking about Sami, though? I don't know. But thanks for the $5 super chat. He owes Edson Alvarez his job. I agree. 59th minute. Oh, and the mafioso at CONCACAF. Jimmy also owes the mafioso at CONCACAF his job. But also, if you want to be like that, Edson, yes. That's out for a goal kick for Gallese. Oh, corner? That's harsh. Corner. The mafiosos at CONCACAF. The mafiosi at CONCACAF. Corner. The mafiosi. That mafiosi at CONCACAF. Next game is versus Colombia, Quiñones' home nation. Well, he's a Liga MX player, so he's going to play. I would think he's going to get called up for it. So it's going to be Henry and Quiñones starting against Colombia, and they're going to score like 3 goals. And everybody's going to be like, they should have done this against Honduras. They're like, yeah, you're right. But again, it was a B team of Colombia. Just wait. You're not so oozy tonight, Ryan. I could care less about war games. I got this to watch. I hate that I can't watch war games, but MLS had to play 2 games on Saturday instead of 1 on Thanksgiving and 1 on Saturday because for some reason they didn't want to do it again. I don't know. Like, my thought process is they should have played a game on Thanksgiving afternoon, played a game on Saturday, and then played a game, both games on Sunday. Or they could have done 1 on Thanksgiving, 1 Black Friday, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday. I mean, yeah, they would have won against. Well, they would have won against the NFL anyway. They didn't have a problem with that in 2021. Maybe they should have played Thanksgiving. I was shocked they ain't. I'm shocked they didn't. They've done it before. It was the conference semifinals back in 21, and they played on Thanksgiving. So they did it 2 years ago. You would think with Apple, they'd be like, you know what, that's a good idea. I would have thought that was a good idea. I thought it was pretty good last time, and I thought we had 4 better matches. Now, would it have been Sporting Kansas City versus Houston? If it was like last time, would it have been Sporting versus Houston on Thanksgiving? Yes. Would that have been enjoyable? Yes. A blast from the past on Thanksgiving Day? Feed me more. That's a feast. But no, we're just playing it on Sunday when it's going to be not forgotten about, but it's going to be overshadowed by Seattle LAFC. I don't know. Like, isn't Thanksgiving about tradition? That's why it would have been so perfect to have Kansas City, Houston on Thanksgiving. It's about tradition. What's more traditional in MLS than Kansas City and Houston in the playoffs? It would have written itself. It wrote itself. Kansas City, Houston on Thanksgiving Day. It wrote itself. It wrote itself. 62nd minute. And they didn't do it. 24 seconds left. Alabama up 27-24. Shit. I guess they're going to go to the playoff. I still think Houston versus Kansas City is going to be a great match. Don't get me wrong. But I hate that it's going to be overshadowed by LA versus Seattle. Because I don't think LA-Seattle is going to be a good match. It'll be a goal fest for one team, and then Seattle gets one back. But, you know, I think Houston versus Kansas City is going to be a crazy match. I think it's going to be amazing. It is going to be a blast from the past. I think it's going to be amazing. And there's a tussle. Over the top. Columbus in the 63rd minute. In Alabama. Cleared. 63rd minute. If there's a goal, I think that's the game. If there's going to be a goal at some point here, I think that's the game. That's out for a goal kick. Goal kick for Gallese. Still going to be a good, crazy game. Blast from the past, but it's overshadowed by LAFC and the Sounders. Exactly. Huh. 64th minute. Can Orlando get a goal or will Columbus get a goal? Auburn radio crew are live and they have a camera pointed on the monitor in the booth and it's free. We might get pens. Straight to extra. It's extra time, then pens. Mind you, I think Jimmy Lozano's the best coach Mexico's had in a long time, but the players are not that good. Jimmy Lozano is better than Juan Carlos Osorio? Like, yeah, Jimmy Lozano is better than Tuca. He's better than Tata. He's better than Colca, but he's sure as hell. Who was the interim in between Tuca or Tata and Colca? I forgot about that. Pressing should be nonstop from now on. No extra time, please. Here's a cross. Blocked. Extra time in PKs. Juan Carlos Osorio is better. Exactly. Jimmy's the best manager since Juan Carlos Osorio. Blocked. State lost to Ole Miss 17-7. Alabama score on a pick. Yep, that's over. Auburn loses. Auburn sucks. Javier Aguirre is the best Mexican director technical. Maybe not for the national team, but all the time. Who you got, Philly or Cincinnati? I got Cincy. But it looks like we're about to be rolling. Well, I'm not saying Columbus hasn't scored yet, but it feels like Columbus are going to find one and make it a hell is real Eastern Conference final. Pio Herrera from the 2014 World Cup. I think Juan Carlos Osorio was better. I think he was better. But, yeah, Piojo had a good World Cup. How did Alabama win 11 games with Jalen Milroe at quarterback? I have the SEC West sucked. Like, besides Texas, yeah, they were 11. They're 11-1 with Jalen Milroe. Well, technically, he only played 11 games, so technically 10-1 with him. But Mississippi State sucked. Auburn sucked. Ole Miss choked. TAMU sucked. Georgia didn't play him until now. Tennessee sucks. The SEC legitimately sucked this year. The No joke. The SEC sucked this year besides Bama and Georgia, if I'm being honest. State sucked. TAMU sucked. Mizzou. Actually, okay, Mizzou's good. I'm not going to lie. I'll give them the benefit. But Mizzou, Georgia, and Alabama were the best teams in the SEC this year. One of those does not make any sense. Everybody else sucked. Florida sucked. TAMU sucked. Bama, good. Auburn sucked. State sucked. Ole Miss, you know what? They were good. Ole Miss was good. My bad. They were good. But they had their moments of choking. Alabama won't get into the playoffs. They're 11-1. I know they'll have 2 losses if they lose the conference title game, but Bama's had a better schedule than Georgia. They'll still get 4th. Washington's going to get screwed. Texas is going to get screwed. Ohio State, I won't say screwed, but they're definitely going to get jumped. It's going to be Georgia, Michigan. Florida State, Bama. There you go. Rossi over the bar. Antonio Mohamed, Piojo, or Nacho Ambriz for the next Mexico coach. At this point, I don't think it matters who the coach is. They're going to suck. If Jimmy sucks, they're going to suck. Even Turco. What do you think of Argentina, Brazil, USA, and Mexico in pot 1 for Copa America? I think that's the right pot. I think Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, USA, I think that's the right pot. The 4 best FIFA ranked teams in the tournament. I think it should go by FIFA rankings. Now, I did see somebody saying it should have been based off the CONCACAF seeding and the eliminatorias places in South America, but I think FIFA seeding is better. But it would have been nice to see it the way that guy had it planned out with the eliminatoria seeding and the CONCACAF seeding. 69th minute. Rossi over the bar. 69th minute, 0-0. We will have to jump over to the next stream. If Rossi wins MLS Cup, that'll further solidify Bradley was the problem at LAFC. I think we already knew that. I don't think we need to see Rossi win MLS Cup to prove that Bradley was the problem. we know he's the problem. We know he was the problem. If you hadn't seen Toronto FC for the last before Dunfield got in for the last season and a half, you know he's the problem. Like, we don't need to see. I mean, yeah, LAFC won the full year Bradley was manager. We couldn't even make the playoffs. The half year Bradley was manager, LAFC might win again, and we still couldn't make the playoffs, and we won the spoon. Junior Urso and Ramiro Enrique coming on for Orlando in the 70th minute. Bradley was the problem. He was always the problem. I never liked the guy. I thought he was always a jackass. Turns out I was right. It's going to be interesting to see who the USA gets in their group. I could see Venezuela, Bolivia, Chile. It's like if there was only a way to predict who USA would get. They haven't made a draw thing yet. Calculator yet. I agree. Do you think we could see another final LA Philadelphia this year? It would be funny if we saw LA Philadelphia final in Philadelphia, but I don't. LAFC, I think they could definitely win the West. With St. Louis being put out, Kansas City, there's a yellow card. Kansas City and Houston can beat LAFC, but I still think LAFC is the favorite in that match. Philadelphia, I don't see Philadelphia beating Cincinnati, but if they do, I could see Philadelphia grinding one out against Orlando or Columbus. I could. So it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It can happen. I wouldn't say it's a great possibility. I'd say it's about a 30% chance, but Ramiro Enrique for Duncan McGuire. Duncan McGuire's had a horrible playoffs. Araujo on a yellow. I think they should put in Urso for him, and they're going to put in take off Pineda for Urso. I say they should have changed it up and taken out Araujo instead for Urso, but okay. That's my opinion. That's what I would have done. Since he just got a yellow, I'd have been like, okay, scratch that. Urso for Araujo instead of Pereira. Scratch that. That would have been my opinion, though, because Araujo, I think he's been a very good defensive midfielder for Orlando this season. I don't think you want to lose him for the playoff or for a playoff game because of the second yellow. So if Inter Miami get David De Gea as their goalkeeper, what's going to happen to Drake Callender? Miami would be idiots to pick up David De Gea over Drake Callender. They would be idiots. Drake Callender is one of the top 3 best goalies in not CONCACAF, but MLS. Drake Callender is him. They don't need to make an upgrade at keeper. They don't. Like, that's not where Miami needs to upgrade as a keeper. Drake Callender, legitimately, that man stood in his head so much, even when Messi was out. He never put his head down. He made saves. He tried to keep Miami alive. Like, Drake Callender, legitimately, is one of the ones from pre-Messi that should never lose his spot. Drake Callender, he should keep his spot. If you're stupid to get rid of him, you'd be stupid to make him a backup or get rid of him. You'd be stupid. And whoever gets him gets a really good player. Blocked away. Good block by Janssen. That'll be a corner in the 73rd minute. Y'all Yaboa. Corner for Columbus. Janssen carrying right now. I agree. Like, that would be the worst decision Miami could make, is getting rid of Drake Callender. That'd be stupid. Like, I would be like, what? Are you foolish or are you just dumb? Who you got winning? I got Orlando winning, but I think I had them picked before not the tournament, but to get through this round anyway before the tournament, but I stuck with it. I don't know if that's going to hold, though. 74th minute. Plays forward, Junior Urso. Jansen is definitely carrying. I agree. '74th minute. No, if he went to Toronto, I'd laugh my ass off. If Drake Calendar could go to Toronto, I'd laugh my ass off. Blaze forward, Thorhalson. Yeah, I remember Orange Cassidy. As I said, I got Orlando. Header cleared. But again, I don't think that's going to... I'm starting to see that that's probably not happening. Header, that'll be a corner. Camacho clears it out. Drake Calendar to Atlanta, screw Brad Gazan. Oh, Lord. Of course the casuals would love Orange Cassidy. I really don't get it, to be honest. Cross in. Like, I guess millennials would love him because he's pretty much just millennials. He's just a millennial wrestler. 76th minute. De Gea to Toronto. No. '76th minute. Angulo. Brought down, no foul. Columbus has .173 expected goals. Orlando has only 0.37 expected. And that's a foul. That's dog so. That is a yellow at least, if not dog so at most. My God. Second yellow. That is a second yellow for Rodrigo Schlegel. That is a foul. Rossi brought down in the 77th minute. I think Columbus is going to score. I think they're going to win this game now. Call me crazy. Rodrigo Schlegel, dog so, a second yellow, but horse collars him down. That's dog so. And even though it was a yellow anyway, he still got a red card because of the second yellow. Rojo. Yeah. I mean, that was straight on. I'm like, there's no way. There is no way. I was like, that's dog so straight up. Forget the yellow. That's a straight up dog so. Doesn't matter. Still a second yellow anyway, so he's still off. So the situation's still the same anyway. They might go to VAR to change it to a straight red, though. Call me crazy. Orlando's down to 10 with 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and Columbus has been hounding them down for a good bit of time. It looks like we're about to get hell is real. Who you got on Columbus's next goal? You mean their first goal? I say Cucho gets in there. Rodrigo Schlegel's off the field of play. Antonio Carlos will be coming on. Like, he had to know he was on a yellow, though. I mean, dude. Like, throwing your head down like you're dejected. You had to know you were on a yellow. You had to know. And then to pull a dog so. I mean, he was in behind. That's facts. I get it. But I don't think Jansen was on a yellow. Hold on. Jansen was not on a yellow. You could have let him take one for the team. You had to know you were on a yellow. Morris and Rossi standing over the free kick, and this is in range. Rossi puts it wide. Cross cleared. Carte Torres. So in this situation, you say tarjeta roja. Tarjeta roja. Tarjeta amarilla, yellow. Yes. Yellow card, tarjeta Amarilla. Red card, tarjeta roja. Penalty kicks, do you think? No, I think Orlando is going to get scored on at this point. They've barely been able to handle with 11 men. They're going to get scored on. I don't think this goes to extra time and then penalties. I think, and even then, they still have to play extra time down a man. But we will flip over to the next stream once we know it's extra time because I got to. But so it'll start a bit earlier, but I don't know if exactly early, but it'll start a bit earlier. 79th minute into the 80th minute. Like, I mean, Orlando's barely even... Chelsea's interested in Kavica Kvaratskhelia. Interesting. Drop ball for Columbus. 80th minute. They will find a goal. I'm sure of it. They will find a goal before the final whistle. I am absolutely sure of it. They've been absolutely dominant before the red card. They will get that extra space. They will find that extra space before 90 minutes or before 90 plus, whatever. Orlando are barely hanging on here. If Orlando make it to extra time, that's a win. I mean, it's not a win, but you get my point. That's big for them. Rossi, Amundsen, Malti Amundsen. I mean, look at the expected goals for Columbus. Columbus has 1.73 expected goals. Like, they are going to score. It's a wonder they haven't scored yet. They have dominated this game. Shot over the bar. Cucho tries to hit the bicycle. He didn't have to do that, but okay. Heard Luka Modric is going to the Saudi League. I thought he was going to Miami. Antonio Carlos and Kyle Smith coming on for Ivan Angulo. Yeah, they're playing for penalties at this point. Columbus have definitely been the better team. Yeah, they're playing for penalties at this point. I'm sorry. It's done there. Kyle Smith for Rafael Santos. Angulo and Santos off for Smith and Carlos. Luka would have been great for Miami. Do you like boxing? There's a big fight tonight. I can't believe I'm about to pay $75 for a pay-per-view fight. I like boxing. Yes. I don't buy the pay-per-views much or the UFC, but I do like boxing. Yes. And MMA. I do. $75 for a pay-per-view fight. Is it Canelo or some shit? Like, who's a $75 pay-per-view fight at this point? Like, Tyson Fury ain't fighting. Was it Canelo? Is Floyd? I don't think Floyd's making a return. Like, what? Canelo, Floyd Mayweather, McGregor and Fury? Like, none of them are fighting, so who would it be that's $75? Benavidez versus Andrade. Okay, no, that's not a $75 fight. No. Columbus. Rossi, Morris, Aiden Morris, Moreira, Steven Moreira. You know what, at this point, I hope it ends up being a Hell is Real derby in the Eastern Conference Final. I can't wait for the salt. That's going to be something. Morris. Good clearance by Smith. That'll be a throw-in. Looks like Mayweather's managing his money well, given he's not trying to fight again to make up for what he blew. Well, yeah, but he's definitely come back. Like, he's done a couple of rising fights. He fought KSI, I think. No, he fought Logan. He's done a couple of those. I'm sure the purses for those aren't as big as some of his other fights, though. Winner gets Canelo next mandatory. That's why it's a $75 fight. Okay, there we go. Because the winner's going to face Canelo. Okay. I still don't think that's worth $75, but I guess Canelo fans are going to pay just to see the frickin' who's going to face Canelo. I get it. I see what they're doing now. I don't think Modric would go to the Saudi League. It doesn't seem like something he would do. I thought he'd be more Miami. Yaboa. That'll be cleared in the 85th minute. Schulte. Columbus has Orlando pinned back. I mean, when if they haven't, but still, when have they not had them pinned back? Yaboa. Morris. 85th minute. Amundsen. Cross in. Brought down. Farsi keeps it in. 86th minute. Exactly. It's out for a goal kick. 86th minute. Columbus is smelling the goal. They're just smelling the goal. I need to see the expected goals. 0.29 to 1.11. So it's gone down for Columbus, but it's also gone down for Orlando. Orlando has to win. Whoever wins goes on, yes. Where do you think Joe Bellingham will go if he ends up leaving Sunderland, Premier Bundesliga? I think he goes to a team like, not Eintracht, but Bayer Leverkusen. Joe Bellingham is going to go to Bayer Leverkusen. Just a hunch. I don't think he'll go to Dortmund. It'd be funny if he did, but I think he would go to Leverkusen. Free kick for Columbus. Leverkusen. 87th minute. Dude, if Orlando upsets this game. Well, they were the higher seed. It's a free kick for Orlando in the 87th minute. They were the higher seed. Are you kidding me? Hmm. 87th minute. I will flip over to streams after it goes to extra time because I'm going to have to anyway. Plays forward. Or, well, Orlando's playing it back. My bad. 88th minute. Press. Cleared. Second ball won by Columbus, but Orlando wins. Nagby? No, 88th minute. What do we think? Good. Oh. That's not a free kick. You're out of your mind. Dagger down for Halson. Sup, Ryan? Washington State won. Washington State beat Washington in the Apple Cup. Yeah, Alabama's making the playoff now. I don't even think it's a question. They're making the playoff now. It's either them or Texas. They're about to make the playoff. Fuck. Really, Washington? You had to do that. The way they've been playing is not deserving of a W, but it makes games exciting at times. 88th minute, getting to the 89th. Ojeda to take this free kick. Washington State good like that. Yeah, but I didn't think they beat Washington. Cucho clears. Good. Smith, 89th minute. Thorhalson. Dagger down Thorhalson. Whips it long. 1 more minute. Stays in. Farsi. Good tackle. Good clearance. Got to rip them apart. Oregon's our last hope. Well, Texas, I mean, 89th minute. And, still, Florida State could still miss because they don't have Jordan Travis. If they don't win, Muldric's living in Spain. He might just join Rakitic in Sevilla. That'd be interesting. Nobody said that. Or nobody's talked about that being the case. Cucho, 30 seconds. Plays on. Oh, hell. Ten seconds before stoppage time. How much stoppage time will we get? Looks like my prediction is right. Columbus is going to win. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Will there be a goal in 6 minutes? Or will Columbus, or will Orlando hold to get it to extra time? Yaboa. Please, Columbus, just score. Nagby. Matan. Farsi. Gets it in there. He's onside anyway. Corner. Araujo. I'm nervous as hell. You're only going to win on penalties if you even have a chance. Hopefully next year we see Tati Castellanos for the USMNT once he's available to get called up, when he gets his papers done and stuff. Hopefully. He might just be better than Balogun at this point. Balogun might not be the answer. Corner for Rossi. Araujo saved their ass. That might have been the moment. They take the corner short. Morera, Rossi. Throw in. Oh, offside. Offside. That'll be a goal kick. Then the flag goes and bails him out. Two minutes. 4 more minutes to go. I will have to flip the stream during extra time, so that'll be the way it goes. But unless Columbus scores in 3 minutes, do something. I wonder if it's on Fox. Is this game or the next game on Fox? Okay. Well, probably not, but plays forward. Here comes Columbus. Columbus forward. Yeboah. Yeboah. Still. 94th minute. Farsi. Only Apple TV. That's it. The only one on FS1 is Houston. Advantage played. Rossi. In through. I guess because college football, that's why there's none on FS1 this week or tonight. they don't put NFL on FS1. They just put Fox proper. Plays forward. Blocked. Nagby keeps it in, but it'll be cleared. 94th minute. 2 minutes to go. Foul. That'll be a free kick. 94th minute. Oh, really? Okay, good. I'm still signed in. Turns out. Or not. 95th minute, free kick. Columbus is effing around. So I'm signed in. Good. Okay. Pass the post. Ojeda puts it wide. Ojeda puts it wide. Ojeda fumbled hard. Oh, he sure did. Oh, he sure did. That was the chance for Orlando. Seconds to go before extra time. And we'll have to flip the stream anyway. Rudy nearly fumbled too. Which one should I keep on the TV? Well, if I'm covering that one the most. Extra 30. Over the top. Full time. Full time, full time, full time. We're going to extra time. It is 0-0. After 90, settle a settle. We will take a short break, and we will start the next stream. If I'm a little bit late to extra time starting, it is what it is, but we got to get this going. So we will be – oh, hey. For now, I can keep it on the computer. Okay. Columbus tried to lose. What, 45 minutes? 15? But we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Sit tight. Thank you for watching the stream. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put it to play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within a couple of minutes to start the Cincinnati versus Philly stream. I will change the shirt. And we will also watch extra time and maybe penalties as it goes for Columbus, Orlando. So there you go. Sit tight. I'll be back. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. We're not done with this, but we're going to move it to the next stream. So sit tight. I'll be back. Peace.